On my 26th birthday, my dad stood up at dinner and told everyone to listen. He said, "We've decided that you'll lend your savings to your sister so she can buy a house. She needs it more than you." I just sat there, frozen. Then I raised my glass, opened my phone, and read a message from my bank that left everyone speechless. "My name is Emily. I'm 26, and that birthday changed the way I see family forever. Because that night, I learned exactly how far people will go for money." Let me start from the beginning. I live in Austin, Texas. I've always been the responsible daughter, studying, working, saving every penny. While my younger sister, Jessica, spent her teenage years partying and asking my parents for money. For 8 years, I worked 2 jobs, freelanced on weekends, sold everything I didn't need, and saved almost 70% of my salary. No vacations, no bars, no fun. Just focus. By 26, I had enough for a down payment on a house and a solid emergency fund. I was proud of myself. So for my birthday, I invited my family over for dinner, my parents, my sister, my cousins, even my favorite aunt. I cooked all day, decorated, and felt genuinely happy. But when dessert came, everything changed. My dad stood up, cleared his throat, and said loudly, "Since everyone's here, we've decided Emily will lend her savings to Jessica for a house. She needs it more right now." For a second, I thought it was a joke. But then everyone started clapping. My cousin smiled. My mom nodded. And my sister started crying, pretending to be grateful. When I tried to speak, my dad cut me off. He said I didn't need that much money since I lived alone. That real families share their resources. My mom added, "This is your chance to show you care about us." I couldn't believe it. They had literally decided the fate of my savings on my birthday without even asking me. So I stood up, took a deep breath, and raised my glass. I said calmly, "I also have an announcement." Then I opened my banking app and read a message out loud. A confirmation that I had just locked all my savings into a protected fund for 2 years, untouchable by anyone, even me. The room went silent. My sister's face twisted from fake tears to pure hatred. My dad turned red with anger. My mom yelled that I'd done it on purpose to sabotage my sister. But I stayed calm. I told them I had every right to protect my money, and that financial decisions are personal, not communal. The party ended right there. A few days later, I found out it was even worse than I thought. A friend in real estate called me a broker, had contacted her, asking about using my name as a guarantor for a loan. Turns out my parents had already spoken to someone about buying the house, using my credit. They weren't just asking for help, they were planning to use me. I immediately hired a lawyer. Filed documents saying no one in my family could access or use my name financially without written permission. I changed every password, added 2-factor verification, and warned my bank. That's when my sister started her little victim campaign, posting online about selfish people who change when they have money. She didn't say my name, but everyone knew. Still, as more relatives heard both sides, the truth came out. They remembered all the times I'd helped, the bills I paid, the gifts, the loans that were never returned. Even my favorite aunt called to apologize. She said, "This time, it's not about helping. It's about being forced to give up your dreams for someone else's." When my sister hosted a fake baby shower, even though she wasn't pregnant, to raise money for her future house, I threw my own party on the same day. I called it the celebration of financial independence. Half her guests came to mine, instead. People brought small gifts symbolizing independence, a book on success, a plant, a framed quote about boundaries. It was the best party I'd ever had. Meanwhile, her event was a disaster. Almost no one showed up. No one donated. And she spent the whole time complaining about me. Months later, her life started to fall apart. She couldn't get a mortgage. She and her boyfriend were drowning in debt. He eventually started questioning why she felt entitled to my money. They fought constantly. Then she lost her job. Now they live in the basement of my parents' house. As for me, my career took off. With my money safe and my mind free, I got a promotion. I started therapy. I learned to set boundaries and never let guilt control me again. 6 months later, my dad asked to meet. He apologized, kind of. He admitted the announcement was inappropriate, but still thought I should help in some way. When I refused, he got frustrated again. My mom called me greedy. She said families should always help each other. But I told her, help should be offered, not demanded. That didn't sit well. And that's when I realized, in their eyes, I wasn't seen as a person. I was a resource, the responsible daughter who exists to fix everyone else's mess. It all came to a head at Christmas dinner. Tension filled the room until my 82-year-old grandmother spoke up. She looked at me and said, "People who can't handle their own money should never be trusted with someone else's." Then she told everyone how financial help often destroys families because it breeds resentment. The room went silent. After that night, things changed. Relatives started reaching out privately, saying they understood. Some even shared their own stories about being used. Now, a year later, my relationship with my family is civil, but distant. I keep firm boundaries. My sister and I barely talk. And the irony. I'm the one who ended up buying a house with my own money. Looking back, I realized something important. That moment at my birthday table wasn't just about money. It was about respect or the lack of it. To be respected, sometimes you have to be willing to be hated. Family isn't about blood. It's about mutual respect and genuine support. Protecting what's yours doesn't make you selfish, it makes you smart. So if you were in my place, what would you have done?